So you think you want a computer science degree, and you really don't know what to expect going into it. So today I'm going to be giving you a video that goes over that. So the 5 things that you should expect when you go in, and each one will have that kind of its own like tip or trick to help you get through this process. And I think this will really help out anyone who is either about to go in for their first semester computer science, or maybe a high school student who is thinking about what they want to do later on in life. So, my advice or my expectation number one for someone to know when they're going into school is that it's going to be hard. Computer science is a very hard subject. It's going to require you to think in a completely different way than you're normally expecting or have thought in the past, right? Another thing that makes computer science hard is for the first couple semesters, you may switch programming languages once or twice or even 3 times. And every programming language, in a way, is kind of a new language. Now, they might be very similar, but there is a lot of syntax. So, and this could be like the difference between English and Spanish, or it can be as hard as going from English to Chinese. So, to think of it like that, as each programming language has its job, and each programming language is slightly different. Alright, the next thing that makes computer science hard is the complex concepts. You will learn a lot of stuff about algorithm, time complexities, and how to solve problems and logical thinking. Not only logical thinking, but logical writing as well. So, if you're trying to get into computer science because it makes a lot of money, just know that it's a hard subject. And if you do not like this subject, you really should pick a different career field, or you're going to end up chasing money for it, and it's going to make your life very miserable. Expectation number two going in is that everyone will be cheating. Cheating is so commonplace in computer science. So most of your friends and most of your peers around you have cheated or will cheat or are currently cheating. And while I don't suggest it, in which case you find yourself cheating, you should really note that there are programs that almost every professor uses to catch you cheating, and it goes beyond variable names. It looks at the actual compiled code and sees how similar it is in nature. And while there will be a certain degree of similarness to all of the answers that you will get when it's hitting 95 percentiles, they're going to pull you for plagiarizing and cheating. So just note that. The way around this is to have a good group of friends so you don't have to go cheat, or if you are cheating, at least you have someone you trust and that can do it right, and you'll have a good system in place for these challenges. And this is a good expectation going into it, that in computer science, books are virtually useless. I think I used one book more than twice in my entire computer science program. And I did have full scholarship, so I did have every book, but I only used one book like twice. And this comes down to the nature of the books, right? The books are normally needlessly long and complex. And with that being said, is that most professors don't use them because they're not a good way to learn. So when you're going through this, I would not purchase a book unless the instructor tells you specifically that you need the book. And if you're going to study a subject, I would highly suggest either looking at code and or watching videos about that subject rather than getting the long explanation from the book, because most of the time it will kind of confuse you more than help you. Think that you need this fancy grandioso laptop. You need the i7 12th gen, you need a 3080, blah blah blah, whatever the modern computer part is at the time. The truth is that you need a i3, i5 equivalent, some medium level processor. Don't get a GPU or make it integrated or one of those, cheapos, because most of us computer science people are gamers. And what do gamers do? They game. You're going to get this fancy laptop and you're going to be sitting there playing Fortnite, or you're going to be in there playing Apex or Civilization or whatever your game is, League of Legends. And you're going to sit there and you're going to fail your classes from playing video games and not paying attention in class. And the truth of the matter is, programming is not hardware intensive. You could get away with this Pentium processor just fine. And another con to having these big fancy gaming laptops is your battery is going to die extremely quickly. So if you're not prepared to sit next to a wall a whole day, which, you probably don't care, but just note that if you're in a place that doesn't have power outlets, that you're going to run through your battery quickly because you have all of this unnecessary bulky hardware. Expectation number 5 is that you're going to spend a lot of time studying. Whether or not that's studying code, studying algorithms, studying whatever, homework assignments. You need to have a group of friends. Expectation number 5 is that you're going to need a large group of friends that are good at what they do and don't mind studying. This will keep you on task because you're going to have a shit ton of homework to do. And there's going to be times where sitting up in the library or your local computer science laboratory is going to just drain you. So having 2 or 3 buddies to stay there to 2 a.m. going over concepts that you don't understand or preparing for midterms that you didn't study for until the last 2 days, because every single computer science student sucks at actively studying. But yeah, you're going to need a large group of friends. I would not suggest you be shy during these times. You have to understand that there's going to be a large majority of computer science people that fit the stereotypical computer science person. They're going to be shy. They're not going to want to talk. You talk to them, or you find a group of people that eat at the same place you do, or they talk about the same subjects you do, and sit around different areas of the classroom until you meet the people that you want to have friends with for the next 4 to 6 years. And this is what I did, and it really helped me through my senior year. I really had to piggyback off a lot of my friends as well. Those are my 5 expectations and some ways and tips and tricks to help you out getting through this next 4 years of your life. If this was helpful to you in any way, please like the video. And right here, I got a video on why you shouldn't download Linux.